Skyrim gameplay demo on the 360 was shown at E3, with the familiar voice of Todd Howard commentating. You can see it here. Not much has been said that we didn't already know. The three main factions or guilds are confirmed as the Companions, aka the Fighters Guild, not to be confused with prostitutes from the Firefly universe, the Thieves Guild, and the College of Winter's Hold, aka the Mages Guild. But the Dark Brotherhood seems conspicuously absent. They probably don't advertise. More noise is being made about the lack of character classes. There are some mixed messages coming through, notably that
as opposed to picking a character, you just be who you want, do what you want. So now I'm kind of being a battle mage.
As if you can suddenly become a battle mage by selecting a spell. Fortunately, we know that if your character doesn't practice his spellcasting, he'll be no more a battle mage than I am a warrior when I put a pot on my head, use its lid as a shield, and wield a kitchen knife. Still not a warrior. Skills progress in the same way that they have done since Daggerfall, through use. As much as Bethesda wants to make out that all players are free from the shackles of character class pigeonholing, your class will still exist depending on what skills you use, it just won't have a name. If you use magic all the time, you'll be good at magic and bad at fighting, so a mage. But a secret one. The inability to label your character before starting play will not affect how a player labels their character during play, so why not just let players label their character from the outset? Role players like to mold some backstory into a character and give themselves constraints on how they play based on their character's nature, whether trained and raised as a professional mage, acrobat, ninja, warrior, whatever. The approach taken by Bethesda will basically forge a great many jacks of all trades, although the Elder Scrolls skill system has always been amenable to jacks of all trades, which has generally been the end result of most high-level characters. You can blame the 100 skill level cap for that. I like this notion of freedom, and I'll tell you why. What is the Elder Scrolls all about? It's a big world to have a 300-hour plus adventure in, doing whatever you want. The most egregious waste of time for me in Oblivion and Morrowind and Daggerfall was replaying the first several hours of the game 1,000,005 times to get my character build just right, or then trying to replay the game with a different character build altogether, thief, warrior, mage, etc. Although I and many others get a nerdy bliss out of perfecting a character build, it dilutes what should be an epic long adventure. The Elder Scrolls is not optimally designed for replayability. It is designed better for continuous playability, so spending 500 hours with one character and experiencing new things in the game, rather than spending just 10 hours each with 50 different characters, experiencing new number charts, but the same things in the game again and 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 again.
You can see it in the Popra, the prophet of the sea. You can see it in the fair maid's eyes beholden unto me. You can smell it on the winds of time, it's whispering to me. You can take it to your mother's arms and drown it in the sea.
And again 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 and again. It pains me to say it because I love my number crunching. Half an RPG for me has classically been purely getting the build right, and then feeling smug about it. Bethesda are doing the right thing by eliminating character constraints without limiting in-game choice and development paths. If midway through the game you decide to change tack from a warrior to play as a fully fledged mage, you can just start training with your current warrior character instead of starting over again, with the peace of mind offered by knowing that you could still be as perfect a mage as you could if you did start again. This won't satisfy those who like to invent thorough backstories for their characters, and it would be nice to have your class shown by dynamically reflecting your skills by changing over time with your skills, but this might implant ideas of restarting in players' minds. And now for something completely different. The Radiant story system is set to make sure you do new quests and see new places by allocating a different dungeon per quest, of which there are approximately 150, depending on where you visited and what quests you've done.
It will sort of tailor the experience for you as you play through.
Following Oblivion, I'm uncomfortable that it's called Radiant, given how radiant the Oblivion AI was, but it actually sounds really good. Combat is looking slightly better than Oblivion. I had hoped to see more of Arcane's influence spill through, and I'm not sure I like the finishing moves, which is basically the game telling players, right, you've pressed the finishing move button, now bugger off and let the game play itself. If they're linked solidly to the skills and perk system, it might be fine. And there's some whiny noise about the font, which is A, fine, and B, easily moddable. Really, that'll be the first thing to go. Not sure what else to say except, it looks awesome. However, I might delay my playing of it until 2012, when the first wave of essential mods and patches are released. You know how Bethesda are. What do you all think about Bethesda's E3 presentation? Right, Witcher 2.